We all want a life. We all want a life that stirs up our emotions, that gets our heart beating fast and gets our blood pumping quickly. If that weren't the case, then why do we get all excited about sports, movies, series? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but what we enjoy on the TV and our cell phone laptop, that's not a real adventure. It's an escape from our boring life. Because we all go through a boring life sooner or later, or all the time. But what if I told you that real life adventures are more intense, more exciting, and the results are even more rewarding and long term? So do you really, I know I do you really feel that unconditional, passionate love? Do you really want a challenge that scares you and puts you on the edge of your seat and scares you to the point where you're like almost losing faith? Or do you also want a life where you know that there's a huge prize at the end? You're gonna be recognized, admired, rewarded. And well, let me tell you how I plan to do it and how I have done it. But you need to stay for the whole video and you need to subscribe, okay? So let's go on. First, we need to recognize that we are the protagonist of our life, of our movie, okay? We are the protagonist and God is the director and everybody else around you is a backup actor, right? And since imagine that you are already famous. You are very famous already, so you have the privilege of telling the director, hey, I don't like the script. I want you to change this and that because I'm not comfortable with the script and I'm not happy with it. And you're gonna tell him your preferences as well. All right? And then, what's a good movie? All right? A movie always has romance, moments of suspense, and the happy ending. All right. So for the romance part, how do we get romance? Well, haven't you noticed that in the movies, the romance always start out with a misunderstanding where both persons are like judging themselves, not understanding themselves, and then they kind of like even start rejecting each other. But then as time passes and as they get to know each other more, they become more accepting of themselves. They have those doubts, they start to go away, those misunderstandings and the fear, everything starts to go away as the movie progresses. And then they end up kissing and falling in love because they know themselves very well by that time. And they forgive each other and they accept each other and they open up. And so that's what we need to do in order to get to real love, right? You gotta open up. And then there's the suspense part. You know, you have this suspense where you have no idea how you're gonna get out of that situation, or that the protagonist of the movie that you're watching, you have no idea how they're gonna get out of the problem or how they're gonna do this or that. And then you start thinking of a solution in your head, and then you get so frustrated because for some reason something happened that just messed up your solution on the movie, right? So, but you know there's a solution because all movies end up with a happy ending. You just can't imagine what it is at the moment because that's what movies are for. They're supposed to play with your mind, right? And like any other movie, there's a mission, right? There's a goal to be accomplished. And the hero always gets a trophy, gets recognition, and is admired, and everything is beautiful. So, how do we go about making our movie, our life, just as interesting? Well, first we need to ask the director what we want, right? We need to tell the director, hey, I want you to get all these bad actors out of the set. anybody that has selfish intentions towards me, or just bad intentions, or is it just simply a bad person, get him out of my life, get him off the set. And instead, director, I want you to make me a better actor, make me a generous person, make me loving, kind, wise, valuable, brave. Tell them everything that you want to be, and to teach you these qualities. And God will give you the wisdom. And He might not be able to fire all the bad actors from the set, but He will give you the wisdom to recognize them. And that way you don't waste your energy with these people. And just focus on the ones that have good intentions with you, that are there to encourage you and support you and love you. And then, how are you going to set up the suspense part of the movie? Or you're going to have to set up some challenges on yourself. Like some really good challenges that are going to require all your energy and resources. Because that's going to give you the most rewarding result. It has to be something that, not a little goal that I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. No. You have to have something challenging that you're going to get to the point where you can lose all your money. You're going to get to the point where you're even going to lose your peace of mind. And sometimes even your faith. It's going to be that extreme. And then you're going to feel so desperate sometimes that you're going to be wondering if you did the right thing in picking this challenge. And you're going to be doubting whether all this effort and pain and anxiety and exhaustion is going to be worth it. But you know that everything is going to be okay, even though you don't know how. And the third thing you got to do to have a really good movie is you got to be the hero. And as the hero of the movie, once you overcome that challenge that you had, like say, opening up a business. Say once you have what is your price? You gotta be open. You're gonna get your price for all your effort. And life is not gonna give you a trophy. Life is not gonna make you famous. No, instead, life is gonna give us recognition and love through the people that surround us. And those people are gonna admire us for our hard to be achievements, because now you became the hero of your own life, and people will see what you accomplished and what you had to do to get to that point, and they're going to admire you and they're going to ask you for guidance. So yes, life can get very comfortable, and there will be many points in your adventure where you're going to say, I just want to be satisfied and comfortable and work Monday through Friday on a job that doesn't demand much brain power from me, or just enough so I can just work that day and relax on my afternoons, and then on the weekends I'll find something fun to do, like go watch a movie and do some errands. But think, is that a movie you want to go watch? Probably not. And is that a movie that you want to live out? Definitely not. So let's get working on writing the script of our movie and asking the director for tips and guidance and help to make it a hit.